So now this is the last of the four traditional investment sectors, which is the retail sector. Okay, I kept it at the end just because it is the least loved. Okay, there is a way of investing in the retail sector, which we will see in a second, but really investors, large institutional investors that have built 20–30% of their portfolios to the retail sectors these days are really having big troubles. We'll make no names now. So how do you invest in the retail sector? Okay, first of all, you can buy shops in the high street, and some of these shops are very expensive. Okay, you can buy a department store. Okay, so you have a single tenant. Okay, call it tenants. Okay, that is then going to operate that department stores. You can have a shopping mall. Okay, and you have multiple. You are the landlord, and you have multiple tenants. You can have retail parks, as they are called in Europe. They are called strip malls in the US. Here, it's outside town. It could be formerly could have been an industrial area with warehouses, but now there are tenants, multiple tenants. You can have a freestanding property like a supermarket with its own car park, an IKEA store. Okay, and the new keys on the block in the retail space are I call them virtual stores. So this is a store leased by online retailers. Okay, that has realized that there is a business to be captured by actually having a physical store. Okay, so bottom line, I would stay away right now from high street, okay, department stores for sure, and shopping malls. Okay, what I like are retail parks. I like a freestanding shops. Okay, and virtual stores. So let's look a little bit in details about these various type of assets. Let's start with e-commerce. I mean, as we said, e-commerce has been rising from for the last 20 years. Okay, and this was a nice chart showing like the amount of e-commerce of goods sold online has really 10 years ago surpassed the amount of goods sold by department stores. So clearly that tells you that as a landlord, you want to invest in the tenants that are investing in e-commerce as opposed to the ones that are operating department stores. And there have been a number of bankruptcies in the UK, in the US, of department store operators. So this has been a big headache as a landlord if you had those tenants in your premises. This is a way to invest in e-commerce. Okay, you have to buy a property, which is a freestanding property. It can be and out of which your tenant can operate an omni-channel model. Okay, so what is omni-channel? Omni-channel means that you can buy online and pick up in store. So you place your order, and then you drive to the premises and you just collect. Why would you do that? Well, maybe you are working, you're at home, you're at office. Okay, you're on your way home. You don't want to spend time and select your groceries, so you do your order online. But you also cannot have you do not have a time. You don't want to be subject to a specific slot to get delivery of the groceries. So you pass. Someone will load, has done your groceries. You have already paid. So you go with your car. You pick them up and you go. But the same store, it's open to walk-in customers. So you can shop in store. You can park, go inside. You do your shopping and you go out. Okay, the shop can give you home delivery. So you do your order, you select a delivery slot, and you get the groceries delivered to your home. Okay, and then there are other facilities, like you can have lockers, okay, where you can decide to have your items stored in a locker, and then you go with a password and you pick them up. Okay, so these are the sort of assets that you want to own, and there are many retailers that are demanding this sort of assets. They might not want to own them, okay, for a variety of reasons. Maybe because they are not credit rating, so they cannot issue, say, a bond and own them. Okay, maybe because they want to have the flexibility of closing if they are not working. Now, as a landlord, to be very, very careful when you invest in this, because if you have given the flexibility to your tenant to leave the premises, you might end up with a shop. So if you are lucky to find, I don't know, an investment grade tenant, which was not maybe many years ago an investment grade tenant, like, I don't know, let's take a supermarket. Many supermarkets were doing sale and leaseback of their properties because their business was in decline. So the properties now are trading on the secondary market between landlords, and the supermarkets are trying to buy them back. So in this case, it's a good area to invest. But there are other places where, like fashion designers, for example, you want to stay away. For fashion retail, sorry, you want to stay away from that sort of tenants because their business may be shifting entirely online. Otherwise, you need to take a portfolio approach. Say McDonald's, or the pharmacies, they have many of these stores around the country. So on balance, they will own it. There will be some rotation within their portfolio. So if you decide to invest in this sector, diversification approach is the best way. Yes, you might always have 5-10% of the properties that close. Hopefully, a new tenant will come, but it doesn't cause a big problem. Now, this was what I was mentioning. Another interesting development, okay, but very dangerous, okay, to invest. Here we have Amazon. Okay, Amazon wants to sell groceries. They realized that it's very difficult to sell groceries from a central location because it's a fresh food. Okay, so you cannot really easily store it in a central location and send it miles and miles. So Amazon is opening stores in urban areas, and very cleverly, they are outsourcing the ownership, and they are just leasing these stores because they want to give themselves the flexibility of leaving those premises if they don't work. They like to experiment. Okay, so as a landlord, yes, it's a cute area. Okay, but as a landlord, you need to be very, very careful to invest in this space. So again, a portfolio approach. If you really believe as a landlord that the tenant is going to stay there, it's warranted. The investment it's warranted. Most probably, if the shop works, you will see Amazon buying them back and operating this, buy them back and basically operating and owning them directly. So now the last slide, and we conclude this section, is shopping centers. Okay, is there a future for shopping centers? Will I invest in shopping centers? Well, today, no. Okay, the answer is it's no, because I don't see anything really moving into this direction. But there are concepts, and what I'm showing you here, it's a concept. Okay, there are shopping centers which are becoming experiential. So places where you really can go and spend the day. And if you live like me in Dubai, you know that sometimes when it's very, very hot here, it might actually make a lot of sense to spend time inside a shopping mall. Okay, so if a shopping mall becomes a multi-purpose, multi-use area with residential, with offices, then it might make sense to invest, because almost becomes part of a quarter of an area of the city. So you own the entire city. So there is an ecosystem. Okay, then it makes sense within this context to invest. But here, really, we are talking about multi-billion dollars type of projects and regenerations. So you might want to enter into a club deal with some of largest investors. I mean, you can have a Brookfield, Blackstone, taking on board this sort of projects. So by leveraging on the expertise of these large investors, yes, it might make sense to invest in a shopping mall. Okay, but otherwise, I would just stay away.